Turning Point's USA field representative Aubrey Savala had this tweet. She is in Arizona, I guess, which is like where Turning Point's USA is located and put most of their efforts in, and they funneled money into the Arizona governor's and Senate race, and they lost both. Like, none of this turning college kids into reactionary right-wingers stuff is really working, and it's definitely not working in Turning Point USA's backyard in Arizona. So anyway, they're just paid for by like big right-wing donors, and everyone's cashing in, even if the results are not showing. So Aubrey Savala, who works for Charlie Kirk's Turning Points USA, tweeted this out about the mail-in ballots that she received in the mail. So trying to make some case that like there's a lot of ballots out there and people are ballot harvesting and submitting all these fake votes in order to get Democrats elected. She says, Maricopa County at its finest. My first time ever voting in the presidential preference election, and I received not one but 2 mail-in ballots. Thank you, at Stephen Richer. And so she tags a Maricopa County recorder in her post, this guy, Stephen Richer, who's responsible for counting ballots. And he responds directly to her. Hi, Aubrey. Thanks for reaching out. You changed your voter registration on the last day of voter registration, February 20th, from your Chandler address to your new Tempe address, or Tempe. Because early ballots must go out on February 21st, your Chandler ballot was already sent to go out, and so it did. Then we sent out a new ballot to your Tempe address when we proceeded process your voter registration modification. That's why you had to redact out different lengths in the address, because they were sent to different addresses. You'll also notice that one of the packet codes ends in 01, the one to your old address, and one ends in 02, the one sent to your new address. As soon as the 02 one goes out, the 01 packet is dead, meaning even if you sent it back, it wouldn't be processed to signature verification and would not be opened. That's how we prevent people from voting twice. So just use the one with your new address ending in 02. That's the only one that will work. Hope this helps. Have a great evening. Happy voting. And you know what I really loved about that response, in addition to her just getting so embarrassed, was the usage of the passive-aggressive "hope this helps," which we've all gotten an email or sent an email that includes "hope this helps." But rarely has there been a more satisfying usage of that passive aggression than in this particular instance, where she really thought she got them. She really thought she did something there. And too bad. There, of course, is a process so the ballots are not counted twice. Thoughts?
It is, really funny to see that happen and play out in real time like that. I do wonder if she did that purposefully.
I don't think she thought he'd reply. Oh, we lost Bender. Or he's frozen at least.
Oh, I'm frozen?
Oh, you're back. You're back. You're back now. Sort of. Oh no, we lost Bender. No, he is.
I'm back.
He's here.
Am I back? All right, I don't know what happened there.
Keep going.
All right. So what I was saying was, I don't know if she knew what she was doing there or not. Wouldn't put it past her either way, honestly. But that's the thing here. Like, so much of this is either these conservatives purposefully deceiving their audience by creating a scenario purposefully that makes it look like something more is going on there, or the other option is that they are literally too dumb to know what's going on, which I don't know which one makes them look better or worse, honestly. I mean, and the response to that was great, because there was a whole bunch of people obviously mocking the TP, the Turning Point USA person, but also there was someone, that person who questioned, like, how do they know? How do you know not to count both of them? Did you? I'm sorry, I froze. Did you show that one? The response.
Yeah,
to that
no,
one?
we didn't show that one. How do you know not to count both of them?
Yeah, some other conservative activist tried to like poke holes in the guy's claim in the comment to his response, and he like completely owned them.
Bradley's
too.
going to try to find it. Yeah.
Okay. They might have deleted it. Who knows? But it was like the basic crux of it was like, okay, so like, how does the machine know that, you know, if someone was to send both of them back, not to count one? And the guy was like, well, it's easy. Once we print up the O2 one, the number 2 one, the system knows to automatically deactivate the paper that has the O1 on it. So if you were to again ask for another one, we would send you one out that said O3, and that would cancel out the O2 one, and the O1 one would have been previously canceled out when we sent out the O2 one. And it's like she really thought, this other person really thought she was onto something too. Like,
yeah,
these people are stupid and they wouldn't know what they're doing.
In the same way, you can't. The bank has a system. If you try to electronically deposit a check twice, the same check, you're not going to be able to do it because the system then creates some sort of block so that it can't happen because it's already registered that it's been processed. This is very simple computing.
Right. They believe that there is some huge conspiracy out there where all this encrypted data is flying all over the place, being sent everywhere to add votes here, add votes there. Anything's possible. They can do anything to steal an election. But then they ask, how does the machine know the difference between a paper that says number 1 on it and a paper that says number 2 on it? Explain that. Gotcha.
I mean, it does very much explain how they're so easily duped by like Mike Lindell adjacent pseudo mathematical speak where there's really just no coherent basis for any of it, but it sounds like it could happen. So this is what Vinder was referring to here. At Stephen Richer, 1, what happens if someone returns 2 ballots in the same envelope? 2, is there a way to tell if the first ballot ends up in the second envelope other than the CD mark? Say someone moves in with the CD, but to another city legislative district or precinct. And he responds here, Stephen Richer, who knows his crap, it's a great question. Each ballot has a code that also lines up with the return envelope. We check to make sure the right ballot style comes back in the envelope. Believe it or not, some people will send their primary ballot in their primary ballot for a general election. So yes, you need to use both the new ballot and the new envelope if you moved, as you should suggest, into a new legislative district on the last day of voter registration. In the instructions, but also we're able to help identify which is the correct one on a one-to-one basis by phone or email if needed. So the Goldwater attorney.
This isn't even.
That's not the one you were talking about?
That's not even what I was talking about, but it was the same thing basically. But I didn't know he got multiple. They really tried to poke holes in this. Like they were onto something here. Like they thought of something that no one ever thought of before.
Really,
like it is amazing. It is amazing. Like this is actually like a perfect example of like an instance where like the government actually was proactive and did something the right way when it comes to like this. Listen, we know that a lot of these government agencies at times, they're not always so on top of things when it comes to like you move somewhere and they need to send something to a new address instead of the old address. I've been there. You've been there. We've all been through some of that type of stuff. But the idea that you would move and they would then immediately send a ballot to your new address with, if you move to a new district, there's a whole new list of things you could potentially have to vote for that wouldn't be on the old ballot, and then things that you wouldn't vote for in the new district that would be on the old ballot, and that they're proactive enough to get you the correct ballot as soon as you moved. I think that's great. And if they didn't do that, these same people would be complaining, oh, I moved and they don't want me to vote because I bet this territory is like me voting will be like the final push over the edge to turn this district red, and they don't want me to vote. They're trying to stop me from voting. That would be the case too. Like it's a no-win here, because they will complain about anything and everything and twist and contort it into some conspiracy against them.
Yeah, 100%. But keep operating in Arizona, Turning Points USA. It's almost like they're making a negative impact, and that's what I like to see.
chilling to see a fella named Parker Jackson, whose Twitter bio is Goldwater Institute staff attorney in the Federalist Society.
Getting smacked.
Not good.